We got a lot of people on this chat. Jeez, I got to say, this is probably one of the first times in a long time I'm actually nervous on a group chat because we've got so many people here. It's crazy. Okay. Anyways, all right, first step. By the way, we're officially starting our group chat. You know, it's the first time I didn't say that when actually pressing the record button in like 6 months. We're officially starting our group chat now. And this group chat, I'm actually overexcited because we've got some seriously good stuff in this group chat that will be going today. I highly recommend sticking around to the whole thing because I'm going to drop some things that people have never heard before in this course ever. We're going to be talking about a brand new strategy called the Stone Soup Strategy. And I'm going to be releasing an all new service that we're going to be providing for you guys for those who want to upgrade to this amazing service that's going to help people make a whole lot more money in this program and work a whole lot less. So how would you guys like to work a whole lot less and make a whole lot more? Anybody? That sound good? Well, we have a service to help you do that. And I'm going to go over that at the end of this group chat for you guys and show you. Okay. I'm also going to show you guys simple ways to scale to past 10,000. I'm going to show you 20,000 a month strategies in this group chat. I'm going to show you the basics for those who aren't at 10,000. I'm going to show you the basic stuff that you need to hit to get to 10,000. All right. So first, to start the group chat, because we did this before the recording was on, top 3 things you need to do to hit 10,000 a month. What are they, guys? Give it to me really quick. Let's see who's paying attention. You need to do what? Number 1, appraisal. Does that mean just appraisal? You got to just appraise, or appraise how long? How fast do you need to do an appraisal? 30-second appraisals. That's the key, guys. If you're doing appraisals and it takes you 2 minutes to figure out what a phone is worth, you are losing 50% of your business. Therefore, you will not hit 10,000 a month. You need to hit appraisal. You need to be able to do an appraisal in 30 seconds, and you need to be able to do an appraisal accurately. So for step 1 of 10,000 a month, I'm going to test you right now. I'm going to give you guys a phone, and I want an appraisal in 30 seconds or less. Who's ready? Are you guys ready? Let's see if you're ready to hit 10,000 a month, because if you can't give me an answer on a group chat in 30 seconds, you certainly won't be able to do it with a customer live on the phone. So get ready. Make sure you know how to type in the chat, and I'm going to give you guys a phone right now. All right, here we go. Let's do iPhone. I'm going to give you a tough one too. An iPhone, no, not an iPhone, a Galaxy S8, 64 gigabyte for Verizon, new in the box, not sealed. This is a tricky one. Galaxy S8, 64 gigabyte, Verizon phone, new in the box, not sealed. What is it going to sell for on eBay, and how much would you pay for it? Type it in the chat. So type in how much is it going to sell on eBay for, and what are you going to pay for it? Type it in. 30 seconds, guys. You have this phone, by the way, so I can show everybody what we paid for it? Can you get that up for me? The Galaxy S8. All right, 30 seconds is coming up in a couple seconds, I think. Let's see how many people answered. All right, stop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 people out of 61. So that means only 30% of you have even a chance at 10,000 a month right now. So guys, time to up those appraisal skills. You got to get that better. All right. So here is the answer. Let's see. Whatever you guys said, I'm not going to go through the answers. I'm just going to show you what we sold it for. So I picked a phone that we recently sold. Here's my personal eBay account right here. Look at see January 9th, January 8th. Look at this iPhone X 1095. Just sold 2 of those in a row yesterday. We paid only $625 for those. I don't know if anybody sold that post. That was pretty sweet. A profit on 2 phones. But here's the phone I just gave you to appraise. Galaxy S8. It sold for $499.95. So if you said $499.95 or $500, you are accurate. We paid $300 for it. Here's the actual phone itself right here. Galaxy S8. You guys all should have an inventory card. If you look and you can see my video, we paid $300 for it, which is almost perfect, exactly what you're supposed to pay for a $500 phone. So if it's selling for $500, we paid $300. I don't know how accurate you guys are with that, but if you were off, then you need to work on your appraisal skills, okay? Being good at appraisal is so important, because if you don't know how to appraise accurately, you can't make an accurate offer to the customer, which means you lose lots of sales, okay? Do you guys want to do one more of those, or do you want to move on to the next one? I got a lot of stuff to cover in this group chat. So for the answer for that one was sell it for $500 and buy it for $300, all right? Let me pick another phone here out of my, that we just, I gotta mute everybody. I don't know what's going on here, but please don't unmute yourself unless it's your turn to speak or anything, guys, just so it doesn't cause a distraction. All right, so iPhone, let's do iPhone 7 Plus, 128 gigabyte for AT&T. iPhone 7 Plus, 128 gigabyte for AT&T. iPhone 7 Plus, 128 gigabyte for AT&T. Got 30 seconds. Go ahead, guys. I think you might ship that one out. Yeah, that one's shipped. So I can just click on the thing and find the cost. Yeah. Guys, just so you know, your appraisal should be within about $5 to $10 of my number that I give you guys. So if you're off by more than $5 to $10, your appraisals need work. And I'm seeing a lot of these numbers off by $5 or $10. A lot of you guys are off by $50, which is not a good thing. That's going to lose you a lot of business. That means you're probably lucky to hit 2,000 a month flipping phones with those type of skill sets. So it's very important to work on that and improve. Okay, 30 seconds is over. Here we go. So let's see. Here's the numbers on that, guys. iPhone 7 Plus, we sold for $429.95. Okay, that's what it's going to sell for. It sold for that, $429.95, and we paid $235. Okay, so which is pretty much perfect on what you're supposed to pay for that. I would say if you said about $240, $250, or $230, you are good. Okay, if you said it was going to sell for $450, you probably overappraised that. If you said $400, $399, all those, you're probably off. You try to be within $5 to $10 of the answer, guys. Okay. And how do you get better at appraisals? Connect with members of this group and find an appraisal buddy that can help you. You can also use Eco ATM to see if your prices are within range. That's a good checkpoint. Okay, step number 2. So that's enough for appraisals, right? What's the second step to hit 10,000 a month, guys? Second thing we need to do to hit 10,000 a month. Number 1 is appraise in 30 seconds. What's number 2? Negotiation. Negotiation, okay? Now, negotiation is learning how to handle objections from the customer. It's learning how to be friendly. It's mastering your tone. There's an entire art to sales and negotiation that takes people years to master. Okay, so this isn't something that's one simple trick it's going to win you in negotiation. It's just getting better and improving your skills. How to get better? Here's the cheat code for negotiation. If you want to get better at sales and negotiation, hang around people that are really good with sales and negotiation. Find guys that you know how to talk to. If all your friends, like your buddies are 20 years old and they couldn't get a girl if their life depended on it, or they're broke salespeople, probably not the people that are going to help you get good at sales and negotiation. But if you find guys in this group chat like Aaron Goldstein or Luke who are doing $30,000 a month, guys like that, and you hang around those guys, your negotiation skills are going to get better really fast because they won't let you be a bad negotiator around them, okay? And I'm going to teach you a super guru ninja negotiation trick tonight called the Stone Soup Selling Strategy. Now, I got to be honest, this strategy is probably not for beginners. If you're doing less than $5,000 a month, you may struggle to understand this strategy because you need to learn some basics. But for the guys that are doing $5,000 a month or more, you're going to freaking love this strategy. So do you guys still want me to do that strategy, by the way? Do you still want to hear the Stone Soup method? Because I know we got a lot of beginners on this. I don't want to like go over their heads with the advanced stuff. But all right, looks like we've got a lot of yeses on that. So I guess we're going to do that one. All right. Last one. All right. So we got appraisals in 30 seconds. Negotiation. Negotiation is all about overcoming objections. Nobody's going to want to sell you their phone at the price that you want to get it for, right? It's not easy to get someone to sell you their phone for $5 that we're going to sell for $60. But if you're a good negotiator, you can do that. And there's tricks to it. There's methods and scripts in order to get those prices that you want and a process. Number 3 is ad strategy, okay? I'm going to go into this stuff first, and then we'll get into the stone soup method. So we're going to do what's called, later on in this chat, my ad rotation method in order to show you how to keep your ads being consistent, bringing you income. But guys, just know in the flipping business, the money is made in this business when you buy, not when you sell. So how many people here agree with me that selling the phone on eBay is easy? It's a joke, right? Like if you're not selling your phones within 1 or 2 days, you're doing something seriously wrong, and that's like the most basic stuff in the course. You need to go back, watch the eBay course listing videos. It's some of the easiest things to master. Everybody's saying F yes, super easy, yes. So the selling part is easy. It's the buying that is where you got to focus on, the buying, okay? And a lot of people confuse this. And here's why the buying is important. Because that's where you make your money. That's where you make your money. When I bought that iPhone X that we sold for $1,100 and I bought it for $625, I made $300 profit when I bought it. When I sold it, it took me literally 3 hours to sell that phone. I listed that phone yesterday, 3 hours it sold for $1,100. The sale, I already know my money was made at that point. And then after my eBay fees, I make like $350 profit or something like that. But I knew that I made that money the minute that phone was purchased. Okay. Now, how do you guys want 20 people, 30 people, 15, 10 people calling you today with these type of deals? Who wants that kind of business coming in? Say yes. Diana says yes. Chris says yes. I'm pretty sure everybody on this chat should be saying yes at this moment. Okay, now in order to do that, here's what you need. Here's the process. 1, you need 30 to 40 Craigslist ads up on Craigslist. You need good quality Craigslist ads that people are going to respond to. Next, you need Facebook group posts. We post in 10 to 15 groups per day, which is a little excessive, and that's kind of borderline risky. I would only post in 5 to 10 if I were you or you're brand new, but 5 to 10 Facebook group posts a day and 30 to 40 Craigslist a day. Now I'm going to test you guys again and see how you're doing. I want you to type in the chat. Now we have 70 people on this chat here, so I expect 69 responses. How many Craigslist ads do you have up? Be honest. It's okay. If you're not doing good, it's all right. That's why you're in this program, so I can motivate you and push you. How many Craigslist ads do you have up, and how many times are you posting in Facebook group posts per day? Arshik says 5. Jose says 3 Craigslist ads. Jamie says 5. Luke says 120 Craigslist ads and 10 Facebook groups a day. There you go. That's why he's doing 30,000 a month right there, guys. Jimmy says 6. David Gruber says 0. Joel says 2. Diana says 30. Okay. Now, like, for example, someone like Luke, who's doing 30,000 a month, right? And Luke is doing 30,000 a month in a population of 13,000. Like his area literally has 13,000 people, and he's doing 30,000 a month. So there's no excuses, guys. Okay. It's not your area. It's not that people don't want to sell phones to you in that area. It's you're not following the program, basically. Okay. Sorry. I hope I don't come off as kind of a jerk when I say this stuff. I don't mean to. Sometimes I can be a little bit of a hard ass, but I want you guys to understand that if you follow the basics and you do a lot of the stuff, it's going to work. Now, Aaron has a little bit different method. Aaron, how many ads are you posting? You're using like Marketplace and apps more than Craigslist and Facebook groups, right? Or are you using Craigslist too?
I still get 14 ads a day on Craigslist.
Oh, you do 14 ads per day on Craigslist. Excellent. And then how much the Facebook groups in the Marketplace?
Once or twice a day in the Marketplace, a couple times in each of the apps.
Okay, good. So guys, you know, like if you look through the answers, like Christopher Morrison, he just did 13,000 a month. I just interviewed him. He says 80 Craigslist ads and 20 Facebook groups. Like guys, there's a pattern here. Does this make sense? Okay, now how do you post those ads on Craigslist and Facebook? Well, that we teach in the course videos and things like that. I don't want to take up that time on the group chat because that's basic stuff I teach in the course. So if you haven't, please watch the videos in the course regarding Craigslist ads, Facebook group posts, and you'll easily learn that stuff, okay? I just posted an ad in the Facebook group earlier today, yesterday actually, and said, here guys, post this in a group and you'll get some results. And people posted it and they got results. So I'll start doing that a little bit more, like posting some little sample ads that you guys can just try out, all right? And also get a special program. For anybody who's like, oh, they're scared to put the ads on Craigslist, anybody would want us to do it for them? How would you like me to write your Craigslist ads for you? Anybody? What if I personally wrote all your Facebook boost posts, Craigslist, and I did 15 times a day for you? Anybody want that? Okay, I'm going to talk about a special program we're releasing at the end of this where I'm personally going to write the ad copy, write the ads, and post in the Facebook groups. Actually, Amy's going to do the work, but I'm going to oversee and write all the ads and things like that for it. Okay, so that's a special program we got. I'm going to talk about that later on. Okay, now let's talk about scaling principles. Okay, let me share my screen for a second. I want to commend you guys for joining today. We got 72 people. It's fantastic how many people are serious about learning today. All right, I'm going to talk to you about some big, advanced scaling principles. So if you want to get to 10, 20,000 a month, here's what you need to do. First of all, let's calculate how many leads you're getting per day. So a lead is a call from your ad. Oops, I don't know what this is that just popped up. Okay, Google Calculator. So let's say you're getting 20 leads, 20 calls per day. You know, let's be realistic, because 20 calls per day is a lot. That's a ton of calls. I guess Google Calculator doesn't seem to work. Maybe you get a type. Okay, let me try this again. Well,
Online.
what's that?
Online calculator.
Yeah, I guess we'll just try this. I don't know.
Use your keyboard. Just
What's
use your
that?
keyboard button. Use your keyboard button, number lock.
And there we go. I'll just use this. This is good. Okay, so let's just say 10 leads a day. Let's say you place ads and you're getting 10 calls a day, right? Now, I personally close 7 to 8 out of 10 calls. So for every 10 calls I get 7 or 8 out of people, 7 to 8 people to sell me whatever it is they want to sell out of 10 calls. That's every time. This isn't like on a good day. This isn't like on a when things are good, or it's every day. Every 10 calls I get, I average 7 or 8. Now that's insane. I haven't to this day seen anybody get that number yet. I'm not saying that to brag. Obviously, I created this course, so I don't expect people to be that good. But let's say, for example, even if you're doing half of that, if you can do 5, you're probably not even doing that. Let's just say even if you close 20%, 2 out of 10, 2 out of 10 calls, right? And an average $70 profit per phone. That's what we make on average, is about $60 to $70 profit per phone. So if you close 20%, that's 2 people at $70 phones, you are making $140 profit per day. Let's say you average 6 days a week, you're making $840 profit per week, and you're probably working about 4 hours a week. Okay, now that's pretty decent money. Would anybody be satisfied with that? Okay, this is extreme mediocre results, just so you know. This is like slightly below average if you're at those results. Now let's see this. And I don't mean to insult anybody here. If you're doing less than that, I apologize. It's not your fault. Again, that's why I'm here to help you, okay? So I can teach you how to get better than that. So let's say you're getting 10 calls though. And now you listen to these videos, you're on this group chat, you use the strategies I'm going to show you, the stone soup method, and you're able to increase your closing average now from 2 to 4 out of 10. Let's just say you can double your closing average. Now you get 4 out of 10 people. So let's say now 40%. So that's 4 people times $70 is $280 profit now. Now 6 days a week you work equals $1,680. Now, would most people agree here that's a pretty decent living working 4 or 5 hours a week? Who would like to work 4 or 5 hours a week and make $1,680 profit per week? Would anybody like to do that? I'm sure that would probably change a few lives on this group chat, correct? Okay.
Yes, I would.
Good. All right. So guys, if you want to do this, right, this is what you got to do. You got to look at the scaling mathematics. Your scaling mathematics is how many leads are you getting per day? And how many of those percentage of leads are you closing per day? And what's the cash value of the customer? Because what if now, watch this, what if I could increase now, not just the leads, but, let's say not just my closing average, say I doubled it, now I close 4 to 10, but what if now I increase the cash value of my customer? That means what if I increase the amount I'm making per deal from $70 to $90? Now I'm making $360 per day. So 360 times 6 is $2,160 a week, working 5 hours a week. You see, guys, the hours didn't change. I'm not working anymore here. I'm just making more money. Does everybody understand this, or is this too advanced? This is how you scale a business and make sick profit. This is how I've made over $500,000 profit this year in my business using these principles across my 4 businesses, okay? So now watch this. What if now you can go, what if you increase the cash value to $90 per customer, and you increase your closing average to 4 out of 10, not just 2 out of 10, And let's say you increased your leads to 15, just by 50%. That's it, just 5 more calls a day, times 0.4, times 90. Now you're making 540 a day. Now you're going to work a little bit, might have to add a few hours a week in because now you're getting 15 calls, you're picking up more phones. So this is probably 6, 7, 8 hours per week. Okay, times 6 equals, now you're making $3,240 profit per week. Aaron, have you ever made $3,000 per week profit flipping phones? Be honest now, don't lie, don't say anything.
On a good week, I mean, I do over 100 grand a year in profit, so I'm sure some weeks are better than others.
Mm-hmm. How many hours would you say you work flipping phones?
About 30.
About 30, okay. Which is about average. Now, could Aaron even increase? Yes, we all have room. Even I could do. There's all kinds of stuff we could do, but I want you to start thinking about these basic principles: leads, closing average, and cash value per customer. Because if you guys are offering people $60 on a $100 phone, your cash value is a lousy $25 profit per phone. You're going to have to work a shitload for that one, right? Would you guys? Does that make sense, guys? But if you look at my eBay and you see my cash value, take a look at some of the profit margins on these phones that I'm offering. So for example, this iPhone 7, you saw already, we paid $235 for that. That's a cash value of over $200 profit on that phone right there. After eBay fees, about $170. Imagine my cash value times my closing average times the amount of leads that I get, how much money I make flipping phones. If you take, let's say this, I don't know, iPhone 7 Plus. This is a 7 Plus 32 gigabyte rose gold. We sold it for $269. Let me see what we paid. We paid $150 on that. Okay, so that's right there as a $90 profit. Let's take this iPhone 7 Plus 256 gigabytes sold for $519.95. Let's see what we paid on that. $519.95, and we paid $280. What's that profit after eBay takes out 10%? That leaves me with about $300 profit, $290 profit, something like that, right? No, $190 profit, $190 profit, sorry. But still, my cash value is extremely high. So you multiply my cash value times my closing average times the amount of leads, and you get sick profits. Who wants to shove $100 bills in their pocket every day, right? Learn this strategy, master this stuff, and you will, okay? Who understands this concept that I just trained you here, and who's going to start implementing it this week? Who's going to start trying to increase their lead count? Who's going to start trying to increase their closing average? Who's going to start trying to increase the cash value per customer? Okay, good. I'm getting a lot of me's here. Let's do it. Okay. So Timothy says, how do you overcome the I'll think about it objection with negotiation? Well, if you're getting I'll think about it, oh, that's too much, that's too little, I can't sell my phone for that, then you're just a weak negotiator or a bad salesperson, okay? No offense, guys, but that's what it boils down to. There's no secret technique. It just means you need to work on your negotiation skills. Now, who wants to learn the Stone Soup strategy? Anybody ready for that? Because we want to get it. You guys want to get into negotiations to learn how to increase your closing average? You want to learn how I sell 7 to 8 out of 10 people on selling me a phone? Anybody want to know? Okay. So first I got to tell you the story. Has anybody here heard the story of Stone Soup? Okay, so a couple people have heard it. I didn't invent this story. It's a children's book called Stone Soup. But I implemented the strategy. This strategy has made me hundreds of thousands of dollars. I mean, like I can't, it's not just a few hundred. I think I've based entire businesses off this one strategy right here. Okay. It's so powerful that I've not wanted to teach it. I'll be honest, because there's guys in this group that could use it against me. And I'm a little bit scared to teach it, but I said, you know what? I'm going to just share it because I vowed to have the top phone flipping course out there. And I feel like I think you guys should know it. So here it is. So I'll tell you guys the Stone Soup strategy. Okay, so I'm getting overexcited. Let me have a drink of water. So here's the story. 3 soldiers were at war, okay? They were walking in the woods, and they said, well, first soldier says, man, I'm really hungry. I need some food. They've been at war, starving. Second man says, I'm tired. I need a bed to sleep in. You know what? Let me pin this on me so you guys can see. little bit. All right. Second man says, man, I'm tired. I've been at war, and I just want a bed to sleep in. The third man says, what are we going to do? We're in the woods. So they say, I guess there's nothing we can do. They're walking along, and then all of a sudden, they see a village. And the village, one of the men says, maybe we can find some food in the village. The second man goes, ooh, maybe we can find a bed to sleep on in the village. The third man goes, well, it doesn't hurt to try. Let's go check it out. Everybody follow me? Usually there's stories in the picture book, but I don't know if you guys can kind of imagine as I'm telling you this stuff. So the villagers see the soldiers coming from the forest, and they see them approaching the village. And the villagers were scared. You know, these are very poor people. They don't have like the abundance mindset. And the last set of soldiers that approached them took a lot of their food, so they're kind of nervous now. So what they do is they take all the carrots in the village, and they take the carrots and they shove them under the bed. Then they take all the hay, all the grain, all the wheat, and they hide it under the covers. They bury it, right? They take all the milk and they fill buckets with it, and they stick it in the closet so they won't be able to find it. They take all the meat and they hang it up on hooks in the basement, and all the potatoes, and they shove them in bins. So finally, all the villagers hid the food, and now here comes the soldiers. So soldiers approach the first house in the village, and then knock, knock, knock. They knock on the first door. The villager answers the door and sees the soldiers, and the soldier says, ma'am, please, we're hungry and we're starving from war. Could we have some food, please? The lady says, oh, geez, you know what? It's been really tough this time of year for us. We haven't been able to buy a lot of food, and we just ate our last bit not too long ago. The soldier says, well, I'm very sorry to bother you, ma'am. And they move on to the next house. The soldiers knock on the next door, and they say, hello, good folks. Husband and wife answer the door, and they say, please, could you spare some food for us? The people say, oh, geez, you know, the crops have been terrible this year. We haven't been able to grow any grain. It's been horrible. We have nothing to spare. I'm so sorry. We're not able to give you any food at this time. We have nothing. The soldiers move on to the next house. Hello, good folks. We're starving from war. We have no food. It's been 2 days. We haven't eaten. Could we just have a little pinch of food and maybe a corner of a room to sleep in? And the people again say, oh, so sorry, but our uncle is sick, and we've been tending to him, and we've been very low on our food supply because we haven't been able to work. We have no food. I'm so sorry. So the soldiers go to every house, and every house they get denied. All the houses say, oh, we have no food, until they've knocked on every door, and all the villagers congregate in the middle of the town, and they try to look as sad as possible to the soldiers. Oh, we're so sorry. We aren't able to help you. So the soldiers see this, and they know that if they leave, they're going to starve to death. So they congregate and they talk behind themselves. Who's following the story? Let me know that you guys are still with me here, and you're understanding this concept, okay? Believe me, it's going to wrap up to a very good point for you. Okay. So the soldiers start thinking among themselves, and one soldier gets a bright idea, and he says, fine people of the village, we've asked you for food. We've asked you for quarter, and you've not been able to give it to us. Our only choice left is to make some stone soup. The people light up. Stone soup, you say? Yes, stone soup. So all the villagers' curiosity is piqued now. What is this stone soup? A soup made from stones? They say, how do you make stone soup? Well, we will tell you if you'd like. Yes, please tell us, the villagers say. So they say, first thing we need is a large pot. So the villagers, they scurry, and they're eager to know the stone soup. They grab the pot, and they throw it on the place. And they say, well, now, and this was a big pot. They say, this is more than we need, but geez, okay, we'll take it. So they said, in order to cook the soup, we will need fire and water for the soup. So the villagers, they go and they get some water, bring buckets full to fill up the stone soup. They light the fire. Now they have a pot of boiling water. And then the soldiers say, okay, we need 3 round, large stones. And the villagers go find the biggest, roundest stones they can find for the soup. They're so eager to see the soup made of stones. So they take the stones, they throw it in the soup. They're all excited. And now one of the soldiers says, well, of course, if we're going to make soup, we need some salt and pepper for the soup. So they go, ah, that makes sense. So the villagers go grab some salt and pepper, and they throw it in. The soldiers take the salt and pepper, and they sprinkle it, and the villagers smell the smell of the soup, and they say, you know something? This stone soup is almost done. But you know what would make this stone soup really good? Carrots. One of the lady goes, oh, you know something? I might be able to find a couple carrots lying around. Oh, that would be great, says the soldiers. So the lady comes, and she comes back with her dress full of poured with carrots in it. And she goes, would this be enough carrots, good sir? And he says, why, yes, I'll take those. And he throws the carrots in the soup. He stirs them into the pot, and he goes, ooh, you know what would be really good? Man, if we had some cabbage, that would make this soup really good. But it's too bad we don't have the cabbage. One of the villagers goes, you know something? I think I've got a couple pieces of cabbage that we could use. So they go back, and the lady comes back with a full bushel of cabbage. Will this work? Yes. The villagers are getting so excited. They smell the cabbage and the cabbage, the salt and the pepper mixing in the soup. And then the soldier goes, boy, you know, if we had some meat and potatoes, this would be the tastiest soup you have ever had. The villagers are now salivating. Steven says, plot twist coming. They run to get the meat. They go in the basement, they take all the meat off the hooks, all the potatoes, and they throw them in the soup. They're so excited to see this soup made out of just stones. So then the soldiers say, boy, you know, when we were making this soup for the king last month, he really loved it when we put some barley and milk in the soup. And the villagers go, what? You made soup for a king? Oh, we've got to try this. If this soup is good enough for a king, we must try this stone soup. So they go, they grab the barley and the milk, and they pour it in there. And this soup smells amazing. They're drooling. They can't wait to eat the soup. And the soldier said, the soup is just about done. Now, the only thing is we need a place to eat this soup. So the villagers go, oh, we'll help you. And they grab the largest, grandest tables they could find, and they set the tables out into the village square. They light beautiful torches and stick them around, and they create an entire feast. They lay the soup on the table, and the villagers say, wait, before we eat soup, we should probably have a roast and some bread. And the soldiers go, wow, what a fine idea. Yes, let's grab the biggest roast we can find and some bread. So the villagers, they make a roast and a bread. Now an entire party, a feast has happened now in the square. The feast is covering the tables. The villagers dance, they drink, they party, they have an amazing time. At the end of the night, the soldiers are stuffed. They're feeling good. Geez, that was a great time. The people are, thank you so much for your stone soup. Well, you know, we're pretty full. Is there any way we could get a bed to sleep in? Why, of course. You'll only sleep in the finest beds tonight. You just helped us have an amazing soup. So the soldiers get to sleep in the mayor's bed. They put him up in the priest's cabin, and it's the finest bed in the town. He sleeps in the baker's bed in his mansion. And the village, the richest people, give him their quarters. So, anyways, now the next day comes, everybody's happy. The soldiers are about to leave. The villagers all congregate in the square, and they say, fine, sirs, we want to thank you so much for showing us how to make that beautiful soup out of stones. And the soldiers look back and they say, it's all in the process. And that's it. Okay, now does anybody know why the hell I told you the story? Because you're like, Dave, that's an awesome story. Dude, you're a badass storyteller. But how the hell does this apply to flipping phones? Okay, half of you guys are clueless. Some of you guys say yes. Yev says, I'm hungry now. I know, I'm too. I want some stone soup. All right. Here's why this works. Okay. Shama says clueless. All right. So let's say if these soldiers, let's call them the stone soup soldiers. Okay. Let's say the stone soup soldiers could flip phones. All right. And let's say they get an ad call, and the ad call says, I have an iPhone 6 to sell. And the soldiers say, well, I could give you $50 for that iPhone 6. And the villagers go, wait a minute, that's way too low. I can't have that. And then the stone soup soldiers go, well, you could always sell it on eBay yourself, and you could probably get $150. And the villagers go, wow, That's amazing. I could get $150 for my phone if I sell it on eBay. Yes, of course you could. Yeah, as long as you're willing to pay the eBay fees. Oh, well, how does that work out? Oh, well, just list it on eBay. Make sure you have a good description. Make sure that you put the shipping standard policies because you don't want to get scammed. And the villagers say, what's an eBay scammer? Oh, that's someone who takes your money and then they just take the phone and they send you back a rock. Oh, really? Oh, God, that would be terrible if I happen. I know it happens all the time. But, you know, of course, if you want to sell it, you'll make a lot more money that way. Okay, well, what else would I have to know? Oh, well, you would just have to pay PayPal fees as well. But you just all you'll need to do is set up a PayPal account. Oh, really? Yes. How do you do that? Oh, well, they just have to verify your bank account. Oh, I don't have a bank account. Oh, that's okay. Just wait till you get a bank account and you could sell that phone for $150. Oh, really? How much did you say you would give me on that phone? And the Stone Soup phone flipper says, oh, I could do $50 on it for you. Well, would that be cash? Would I have to do anything? No, I could give you cash, and actually I can meet you in 5 minutes. You can skip all that process if you want, but why not sell it on eBay? You'll make a whole lot more money. You know, could you just do 60 on it? I tell you, I don't normally do that, but if you could meet me halfway, I'll do the $60 for you. Oh, that would be fantastic. You know what? I actually have a whole bunch of stuff. I also have a MacBook I'd like to sell. Would you be interested in buying that? Oh, of course. Yes, I could do that. Are you sure you don't want to sell that on eBay? Oh, you know, no, that's okay. I'll just sell it to you. If you've got cash, that's fine. Does anybody now know why I told you the story of Stone Soup? Guys, if you learn this strategy, I have closed hundreds of deals like that. Just like that. There's people on this group chat that have seen me do this live with customers and sell them and turn them from a person that said, hell no, I'm not selling you a phone, into selling me 3 different items in one chat. Okay? This is why this is one of the most advanced strategies I've ever taught, and why I almost didn't want to teach it, because if my competitors know about it, it's something I really don't want to get out. Okay? Guys, your competition knows how to do basic shit. They know how to do basic appraisals. They can't do appraisals in 30 seconds. Your competition is mediocre at ads. Your competition doesn't know the Stone Soup strategy, okay? That's why you guys paid me $1,000 for this course, so I could make you a badass. When you know how to do this stuff, you are beating anybody. Put me in a place where there's 15 people flipping phones, and I will freaking beat every single one of them and steal their business, because I know these strategies, okay? Again, I'm not bragging. I'm showing you that you guys can do the same exact thing. You could be the Stone Soup soldier. But again, it's so advanced that I'm scared to teach you too, because you can mess this up. You have to know that it's a process. And you have to be okay with saying, see, when you're closing them using the Stone Soup method, you have to stay their friend. The soldiers could have gotten upset. When the villager says, oh, we don't have any food, the soldiers could have thrown a tantrum. They could have get mad. Or they could have done what most of you guys do, is even worse, walk away and die. The soldiers could have said, oh, you have no food? Oh, okay. And they could have walked away, and they could have made excuses and complained in the public Stone Soup flipper group and said, oh, these people have no food. We're going to starve to death. Okay? Aaron's cracking up at that. Shamira says, Dave has me pumped. They could have complained and said, we knocked on every door, though, Dave, and nobody had any food. I tried everything. Does this sound familiar to anybody? Okay? Steve says, brilliant stuff. So guys, don't be the starving Stone Soup flippers, okay? Be the ones that know how to master the negotiations and keep a smile on their face as they're selling the customers through a process. So when those people said they have no food, they said, oh, no problem, alas. Well, we'll just have to make it ourselves using Stone Soup. Okay? They never once got upset. They always kept the rapport with the people. And as a matter of fact, not only do this, but they turned they could have gotten a pinch of bread in the beginning. And instead of even turning out from nothing to go into a pinch of bread, they turned into having an entire feast that night from the person that rejected them. Now, those are the Aaron Goldsteins in this group. This is the Luke Douchlanters in this group. The guys doing 30, 40,000 know this Stone Soup methodology, and that's why they're making killer money. Okay, if you've ever listened to Aaron take an ad call, he will never crack. I remember we did a negotiation battle a couple months ago. His smile didn't come off his face. He never got upset. So would anybody like to hear one really quick?
Hey Dave, it's Deutschlander.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. I haven't heard that since 6th grade. I had to correct you.
Sorry, Luke. Sorry.
All right.
Do it with Luke. Okay. So
So it sounds like we highlight a lot of the activation energy. It's just this principle that it's like we just highlight how kind of difficult it would be for them to do it, but we stay friendly through the whole process. Like
exactly. See, the thing is, they wouldn't have called you if they were going to sell it on eBay, right? Because if they were going to sell it on eBay, why the hell would they call you in the first place? None of you guys that know how to sell something on eBay are going to call somebody else's ad and sell them a phone. That's foolish, right? So we know they ain't going to call them. So what I'm going to do, instead of hiding from the things I'm afraid of, like, oh no, if I tell them to sell it on eBay, then they'll go do it. No, they won't. I'm going to bring it out in the open. If they were going to do it, they would have already done it. They wouldn't have called you. And then, but see, by doing that, I'm still their friend. I'm like, hey, you know, Jose, you could just sell this on eBay. Now I'm actually like doing you a favor. And that's what's called the reciprocity bias of the brain. By me actually helping you and saying, Jose, you know, why sell it to me for such a low price when you could do it yourself? Oh yeah, you just have to do this, and this, and you can just do it. And then you're like, holy shit, man. Dave, I don't know if I want to do that. Oh, well, why not? Oh, that's a lot of work. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, if you want, I could help you and give you the cash. Boom.
right, yeah.
Now you're their friend for selling them. Okay. Let's do, I don't know if we have a lot of time. It's 8:49 now. Let me see. I wanted to talk about the ad rotation principles. Do you guys want to talk about the ad rotation principles and getting lots of calls, or do you want to do a role play session with the call? Chris says rotation. Gary says rotation. Chris says rotation. Ad rotation. Okay. I think we covered most of that stuff. So we know about the appraisals. We cover that. We know about the negotiation. Now let's talk about the ad rotation. Okay. Ad rotation is this. Here's what happens, guys. Who's seen a Coca-Cola or a McDonald's ad recently? Anybody? Nobody's seen an ad for Coca-Cola or McDonald's anywhere? An advertisement? Say Carl says yes. Okay, you guys all have, right? All right. So let's take a look here. Let's look at McDonald's 1980 commercial. Here's what McDonald's was advertising in the 1980s. Okay, now let's pause this for a second. Now, if McDonald's ran that commercial today, this would be like I think the McDonald's Corporation would get like arrested for like creepiness, or I'm not even gonna say it on the group chat. I'm pretty sure most of you guys were thinking the same thing I'm thinking as you're watching, like holy creepy Batman. Look at this, okay? But some of you guys are running the same McDonald's ad for like 10 years. Like when some of you guys post an ad on Craigslist that gets you good results, and that ad's staying up on your account for like 6 to 10 months. You're like the creepy McDonald's commercial because you never, ever stop posting that same ad, okay? And what happens when people post the same ads all the time? Does anybody know? Let me give you a perfect example of an ad that was run 5,000 times.
Here in my garage, just bought this.
Anybody seen this before?
Fun to drive up here in the Hollywood Hills.
Ty Lopez. This is actually one of my mentors. I'm going to be hanging out with him at the end of January at his mansion in Beverly Hills. But Ty ran this commercial 2.5 years ago over and over and over. Look at 68 million views. But they got to a point when after he ran this commercial, it no longer worked. People started hating Ty Lopez because he was so annoying. It was the same crap in their YouTube feed over and over and over again, okay? So guys, you need to change up your ads every once in a while. Someone says, Jonathan says, man, I see it in my dreams. Luke says, here in my garage, got a Lambo. But like, nod. People say, laughing, as of, I seen it, okay? So the ad rotation strategy is that you guys can't keep the same ads up all the time and expect them to work. There'll become a point where your ads just stop working. Who here that's an experienced phone flipper has let's say 30, 40 ads up on Craigslist, and all of a sudden you stop getting calls? Anybody ever had that happen? Chris says me, Garrett says me, John says yup. Sean says, love Ty. He's got my money time or two. Yes, I love Ty. I've given Ty over $33,000 in the last 2 years to train me. He's trained me personally. I'm going to his house. Like I said, we're doing a one-on-one mastermind. Ty's fantastic. But it's the commercial that's important. Steven says, how'd that happen? If you keep on running the same ads, guys, even if, here's what happened. When you post an ad the first time, it's fresh. Like, for example, Josh Rico just moved to a new area. And he posted an ad. And he got tons and tons of messages. Everybody was trying to sell him a phone. And Josh was all excited. Oh, this new area is fantastic. I'm getting all these phones. But it wasn't the area. Not the area. It's the fact that he posted a brand new ad that nobody's seen before in that group. Okay? So Josh says true. So now if Josh goes, oh, this area is so good, and he leaves that ad up next week, all of a sudden, oh, Dave, I'm not getting as many phones this week for some reason. And the third week goes by. Dave, I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. I'm not getting any calls. It's just something, I don't know, is it the time of year? Fourth week goes by. Dave, I'm quitting phone flipping. This isn't working out. This is what happens because it's the same ad over and over, and people get sick of it, and it almost becomes they don't see it anymore. It's like part of the infrastructure on Craigslist. So you need to change your ads every single week. Now, what if you had the Josh Rico effect every week, and you had people flooding your inbox with leads because they were so excited because you were posting 30, 40 fresh ads per day or per week? How would that affect your phone flipping business? Would anybody like that? Okay, so whatever Craigslist ads you're posting, whatever Facebook groups you're posting, you need to make sure you're constantly refreshing this, okay? Now, here's the thing. It takes work. You got to spend the 15, 20, 30 minutes a day to constantly be posting fresh ads on this, all right? Because if you don't, that's the number one thing that's on your agenda. Because remember, leads, closing, cash value. Leads, closing, cash value. So when you get leads, you're going to then be able to close more of those leads by the negotiation strategies than the cash value. Okay? So Bob says it is frustrating. Yes, it is frustrating that you have to write those ads every day. And that's why we now have a new service for you guys. How would you like us to take all that burden off your chest and we'll write the fresh content for you? I will personally write your Craigslist ads every day. I will personally write your Facebook groups, fresh Facebook groups, all new, using my 20 years of marketing, business, ad strategy, and running a 7-figure business. I will use my business techniques and knowledge to write your ads for you, and all you have to do is answer the phone calls and go buy the phones. Who likes that idea? So the leads is taken care of. You only need to focus on the negotiation and the cash value. Chris says, holy shit. Yes, that's right.
I can't type for some reason, but I'm saying yes.
I think like if I was live in person, I have to be going like this because $100 bills would be like flying out of my head. Like, Dave, just start doing it for me. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, now you guys are asking. This is not free. Okay, I'm going to have to hire people. I'm going to have to put infrastructure in place to do this for you. It's a lot of work. All right. I'm also have to spend the time to be creative and do all this too. Sorry, Luke, I'm not hiring you. But you could be a client. You could do the other stuff you're doing. You could do coaching if you want for me. Okay. So here's how it works. First of all, who's interested in doing this? Say yes if you are interested in us doing this service for you. Chris,
yes.
Yes.
Okay. Holy shit.
I can't type. I have to say yes.
20 yeses like in the chat. It just went boom and like 20 yeses popped up. Okay. I think half the people in this chat said yes in the first 3 seconds. So it sounds like this is going to be something that will be beneficial for you guys. All right. So here's how the program works. I'm only going to take 5 people right now. Sorry, guys. But I'm taking 5 guys because this is a brand new thing. And I kind of only want to work with someone that is a little experienced because I want to make sure when we get them the calls, they'll be able to close and make money right away. So it's going to be $125 a week. That's it. $125 a week. We do all the ad posting for you. It's a cancel anytime. There's no contract. You just literally start paying the $125. We do everything for you. We post the new ads on Craigslist. We analyze your accounts. Stephen Brown says, take my money, exclamation point. I wonder if I priced this too low. Shit. I'm just kidding.
Too late.
Too late.
Too late.
We will post in at least 3 to 5 Facebook groups per day, as long as you have the Facebook groups in your area to support that. We'll write fresh new content. What I'm not going to do, I'm not going to negotiate the deals for you, and I'm not going to reply to comments for you. You need to do that stuff. So when we put ads in Facebook groups, my job is to get the people to come to you. Your job is to stone soup them into a sale and close them, okay? So if we drive, 50 calls for the week to you and you don't close any of them, that's not our fault. So you can't say, Dave, this isn't working out. You gave me 50 calls, I didn't sell any of them. That's not my problem. Does that make sense? This is why I want to take experience guys first, and I'll make sure you know how to close. Now, most of you guys know how to close. If I give you 50 leads, I'm pretty sure you're going to close some of those things. But some of you guys are a little rough on the negotiation, and I see you're getting like 20 calls a day and not closing any. That's really bad. You got to work on your negotiation skills before you pay $125 a week for someone. But for those guys that know that if we bring you so many leads per week, you're definitely going to close them. $125 is a drop in the bucket because what is that? One phone, 1.5 phones per week, and we're freeing up hours of your time and all that. And the other thing, like, for me, I have Amy doing all the stuff for me because like I used to write all the ads and I know what it's like because like the more ads you write, it's almost like the more work you got to do. You're like, oh God, I got to write more ads. That means I got to take more calls and then I got to close more people and then I got to write fresh ads tomorrow. So anyways, who wants to sign up for this program? Who's happy with the 125 is like, Dave, I'm ready to do it. Let's do it. Carlos says me. Eric says me. Steven says capital yes. Jared said I'm interested. I don't want interested. I want a yes. Don't tell me you're interested if you're not going to sign up. If you tell me
Ruben is.
I want players that are ready to do this. I don't want to have dabbers and like Dave. What if I don't get deals? Blah blah. Like I just not for the first 5 people. I can't handle that right now. I need people that understand it. They get it. They understand the value and they're ready. Sorry for anybody that is like skeptical. Jalen says I'm so down. Kevin says yes. Eric says yes. Another Eric says yes. Kevin says yes. Jalen says let's go. Jay says yes. Okay. So I have like 12 people that said yes, but I can only take 5 right now. All right. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. When I end this group chat, I want the people who said yes and they're ready to sign up, just stay on the chat, okay? And I'll just talk to you guys in private and I'll kind of just interview you to see if it's a good fit. I want to make sure that like I'm here to help you guys make money. This is not I want to take your money program. I want to make sure you're making money with it. So David says, David, you just gave me a kick-ass idea. Good. I want to make sure that this is a win-win for everybody. I want clients that are going to be with me for the next year. Like you're happy paying me my $500 a month, and you're making your $6,000-7,000 a month regularly, and you work your 4 or 5 hours a week or whatever you do, and this is a win-win relationship forever. And I want to grow this company. I want to have 30, 40, 50, 100 clients that we do this stuff for. So I want this to win. My goal is to get you guys to make money, obviously. So after this group chat, stick around if you're one of those people that says yes, and I'll get you signed up. I've already got the site already ready. You can start paying us, and we'll get all your information, get you going tomorrow. We'll start posting ads for you. Sound good? Okay. Any questions before we wrap up this group chat? Really quick, how did you guys like the group chat today? Really quick. Like some of the stuff. Did you guys like the stone soup strategy, the appraisal stuff? Chris says best ever. Kevin says nice. Craig says good stuff. Okay, good. Good. Jamie says legit. Says awesome. Great chat. Okay. Crush. Excellent. Awesome. Awesome, guys. Steven says best one in 14 months. Thanks, Steven. I appreciate it. Very helpful first one. Thanks, Dave. Luke says it was good. Okay, cool. So I think that's it. Let's wrap it up, and then I'll start recording, and then we'll just get the people that are interested in this new service and get you guys going. Unless there's something that you really want to see really quick, I can answer some. Let me answer a couple quick questions in the Facebook group, and then we'll get this started. I'll answer. Let me answer a couple questions as far as the group chat goes, and then we'll start talking about the service. Did I get blocked out of my own Facebook group? Interesting. Okay, well, I can't search the group that way, so I'll just have to look this way. There we go. Okay, so Excited to see what happens. Go over how to post 30 ads at once on Craigslist. Well, we're going to be offering that service, so we can do that for you. You don't post 30 ads at once. You only post 2 to 3 a day. You don't want to post 30 ads at once. So for the guys that sign up, we can't get you 30 ads on the first day. That's not going to happen. We need to do it so your ads don't get flagged. You can't post 30 ads at once; they'll all get flagged. You have to build up 2 to 3 ads per day, build up to the 30, and then rotate them and change them. That's the strategy for that, just so you guys know. Let's see, returns by buyers. I'm not sure, guys, when you ask a question, try to be as specific as you can. It will lead to a better answer. Tony Robbins says the quality of a life will be determined by the quality of questions you ask. So this is not really a quality question. Try to say how to handle a return by a buyer, what specific problem you had, and then I can give you a better answer, because I'm not really sure the problem here with this question, returns, what to do. Let's see. Yuki says, what do you do when they start focusing on their loss? How do you turn their focus around? Okay, well, I think we went over that today with the Stone Soup strategy. Let's see. Justice, can we go over Facebook group posted that again? I'm going to post some Facebook group posts this week for you guys. So if you're not with the service just yet, you can copy a couple of our ads and get a taste of what a good solid ad will do for your Facebook group post. Joe says, I posted in 4 Facebook groups today. I forgot which ones I posted. How do you go about finding the ads I posted? Just go over to groups. Sometimes it's hard to find what groups you post in. Do you have a strategy for that?
Go to right there.
Yep.
You can check your activity log.
Where's that?
Right there at the bottom, activity log. You click on that and it should have a list of everything that you posted in that group.
Oh, there you go.
For the day.
I can't show that because I have private stuff conducting business on Facebook and stuff like that, so I can't show the activity log for my own personal account currently, but that's how you do. Amy says just go to the activity log. Nathan says, there any update on Verizon blacklisting for non-payment? We're still buying Verizon and AT&T and it's clean ESN. I haven't changed that, guys. A lot of people have for some reason, but I still am buying Verizon, AT&T is clean ESN. I still haven't announced that it's different yet. Let's see. Someone says, when will the brand new phone flipping course be available? I'm working on that in like 2 months. I want to imagine having whole videos on the Stone Soup strategy, my butterfly effect strategy, like super, super advanced stuff, full things on scaling, texting stuff by Aaron Goldstein. We're going to have like texting scripts and things like that in the group. Luke's going to show you how to close like massive amounts of numbers, phone flipping while you're in a low population area. It's going to be a sick course. It's going to be for phone flipping masters, guys that want to get to 20,000 a month plus. So it's going to be crazy. But that won't be for another month or 2. Okay. All right. That's it for the questions, I think, guys. So I hope you enjoyed the group chat today. So everybody stick around if you're interested in this ad posting service. Please, only if you're serious and you're like ready to sign up, okay? I want to help, but because we have such a limited thing, I want to make sure only the most serious people are going to do it, all right? And the people that are willing to work with me here too, because obviously nothing's going to be perfect the first time you do around it. We're going to do our absolute best to do this. The first people that sign up are also going to get a little bit of extra attention from me, because if this is a new business I'm creating, and obviously I'm going to personally oversee it and manage it for the first few months to make sure it's running properly and it's successful. So the first people in any program usually end up doing better than, like, for example, Luke has done amazing. He was my first client doing 30,000 a month. It just happened. So, okay, guys, have a great night. I hope you enjoy it. Employ these strategies. Let's get some more 10,000 a month members. Remember the 3 things: appraisal, negotiation, ad copy. Then scale: leads, negotiation, cash value. I'm sorry, leads, conversion ratio, how much you're converting, and then cash flow. All right, guys, have a great night. And thanks again. Stick around for the people that are interested in the service right now. I'm going to stay on and talk to you.